I will. I'm now logging into my application. Hi guys. Okay. Good morning. And let's. So first of all, in today's class, we are going to discuss about schema builder, and I am going to explain how to set up. Okay, how to use setup options and which pods will be accessible by which users. Okay, and I want to ask a small question to you guys. Did you guys took developer free edition and logged in into the Salesforce organization from your end?
Yes, I did.
Even Srinivas also, right? Yeah. I got the Srinivas username and password. Hey, can you send me again the same link which I shared with you, Srinivas? I will explain you in your organization. In anything is fine. Yes. Okay. Just copy the link which I gave you yesterday with username and password on that. Please share that. I don't. Okay. Because I'm preparing the URL. So you guys also can prepare this URL. Why is this useful? I will tell you. Because if you have many instances with you, it's really tough to manage, remember username and passwords. I generally store in the form of simple URL. Generally, when you're trying to log into application, you generally go to, okay, I will store this in my to do list. Yeah, I already have it. Sorry, I already have that. Okay, so when you're trying to log into the application, what you generally do, you go to login.salesforce.com, click on enter. You will put down your username and password. Okay, you generally put your username and password here and click on login. I can do that also, but as I'm managing a lot of organizations, I generally think it's I don't remember passwords and I create a URLs like this. Copy this URL and paste in the directly paste that in your URL in your browser and click on enter. What I'm doing technically is, as a developer, I know what parameters I have to pass to log into Salesforce. Okay, I'm passing username un equal to Srinivas, this is username, and pw equal to password. So this is how you generally pass parameters to with URLs. After question mark, you can see the after question mark you can see the URL parameters. Before question mark, this is the root URL. After that, these are parameters. There are two parameters in this current URL. One is un. U represents user, n represents name. Un equal to the username, and between each and every parameter you have to use and, because you can't use space like that. You have to use and. It differentiates the parameters. Means before and you are ending one parameter, and after and you are starting one more parameter. Pw equal to, this is the value. This value you are passing to this parameter. This email address you are passing to this username. Okay. With that, it automatically sends this to the server, and I will be logged into the application in fraction of seconds. Okay. So prepare URL for yourself also, and you can Just copy and paste in the browser and click on enter directly to log in. And there is some other browser plugin. There is a plugin in Google Chrome which is automatically help you to log in directly. In that also you have to give their username, password, token like that. Okay, but this is you manually or creating that type of URLs. Now I'm in the marketing app, right? Cool. First of all, you are administrator of the company. You are developer of Salesforce developer. So people hire you to customize applications to develop new modules in Salesforce to extend. Okay, because Salesforce generally provided generic CRM to all customers whoever took the Salesforce organization, but each and every CRM is different. For suppose the CRM used by pharma companies is totally different. The CRM used by mobile companies, the CRM used by insurance companies, the CRM used by IT companies, CRM used by um, travel companies. These are totally different. Did you ever see? Means there is less marketing will go regarding pharma companies. If you take any pharma company, do they give a lot of promotions on TV to buy the tablets like that, like a mobile phone? No. They generally reach hospitals, doctors indirectly. They will ask them to recommend their products like some tablets which made by their company to their patients. So the CRM required for pharma companies is to interact with doctors and hospitals. The sales reps will go and give the samples to them to give some demo and they give some trips. A lot of things they do. Okay, that's one way they do different way. But coming down to AT&T or any mobile company, they have CRM in a totally different way. They generally promote a lot of ads on TV everywhere in browser, web, and even they do promotions on hoardings, big hoardings about their mobiles. That's a different CRM. So that's the reason people hire you to customize Salesforce CRM. Salesforce CRM is a generic CRM which fits for all business, but not exactly. But you can modify Salesforce like anything. They have given the capabilities you can modify very easily. For suppose this CRM is taken care by, sorry, the Salesforce instant is bought by some company and they want to add some field on the contact object. Okay, means you have to add new fields. In that case, in general technologies, you have to go back to the database layer and you have to create some fields in that database table. And again, you have to come back to the Java application or JSP, any front end application, and you have to add that fields on the front end. I'll tell you how easy it is to add a field on the contact object. I'm clicking on setup, okay, because whenever the administrator log into Salesforce, it automatically opens the setup option. Whenever an end user customer is logging into this application, you're going to show the home tab or some other tab, the default tab you can configure according to the customer needs. Okay. Now I'm expanding customize. Salesforce, I said Salesforce already gave some lot of objects like sales, call center, marketing, content. All these applications have a lot of objects, right? All that objects you can see inside customize. Okay. For suppose the requirement is I need to add um, some new field on the contact object. For that, what I have to do? I have to go to setup, expand customize inside build section, expand customize, expand contacts, click on fields. I have the fields. These are standard fields. Okay. Standard fields cannot be deleted. You cannot modify in means in a bigger way, but you can do small modifications. You can add, you can change the pick list values. You can change the properties of the fields. Okay. By small extent, but you cannot change a lot. And for suppose if there is a pick list value called salvation, I can click on edit and I can add new values to it. I can add delete values. I can update the values. I can reorder the values also. Okay. Reorder means when you're opening the pick list value, this is the order what you see in the front end in the screen. But when I click on reorder, I can change that order by selecting this. Okay. And by putting Mr. as on the top, doctor like that. Okay. And a default value I want to give Mr. because in most of the companies you see 90% of salespeople they are like males. Okay. And you have to call them in Mr. And I'm calling default value as Mr. So 90% of times you are reducing the effort of the person who is creating the context data because 90% records are Misters. Yes, I can change the value at any time to Mrs. or Miss like that. Okay. Same way, I'm clicking on fields again. These are standard fields. These are custom fields. You can create custom fields by clicking on new. So I know you guys have had tried all these fields in your side. If not, I want you guys to try these fields from your end also. I will tell about uh, all these fields. Okay, checkbox field, currency field, date time field. Currency will show the currency values. Okay, these are all very basic data types. These are relationship fields. These are automatic generated auto generated fields. Okay, and by default there is no data type selected. That's called none selected. Okay, coming down, I want you guys to try all these fields on from your side because it's really simple. I'll create one field before you. Let's create a pick list value. So I'm selecting this. I'm clicking on next. So I can give a field name like so food interest or something like that. Contact what field I want to track in a pick list field. I was thinking of some scenario. Okay. Anyway, I'm giving sample. Okay. I don't do have any requirement. I'm giving sample. The pick list fields I want to see as sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. See, there are two options here when you're creating pick list value. This, if you check this, it automatically sorts the pick list values. For suppose if you're giving states or cities information here, what happens? They so if you're giving in a bad order, still if you want to sort that, select this option, it automatically sorts that order. Okay, but I gave in the order form, I gave in order. Okay, so there won't be any issues here in this scenario. But again, the second option is use the first value as default value. If I select this option, you're going to make the sample one as the default value for this pick list value. Whenever you're creating a new record, the sample one is the default value for that, for every record what you're creating in the system. If you're changing that, yes, you can change to sample 2, sample 3, sample 4 also. So I'm making the default value as sample 1. I'm clicking on next. And the first step is selecting the data type. The second step is giving the properties of that field of the pick list value, what type you have selected in the first step. Third step is field level security. This is common for all again. Means the field level security will define, hey, who all users can see this field visibility. If I am unchecking this field, now contract manager cannot see this field on his screen. What is a contract manager? Contract manager is a profile name. Profile is a group of users. Profile contains group of users. It can contain 1000 users also. For that 1000 users, if I am unselecting this, this field is not visible to them. If I am selecting this, it's selected all, I'm selected all checkboxes, means sample field is visible for all the people, all the profile users in the system. If I am not selecting this, sample field is not available for customer community user only. Same way, you have one more option called read only. If I'm selecting this read only option, for making read only, you have to make it visible. See, if it's not visible, it's not read only also. If it read only, it's automatically visible. First of all, for making read only, you have to make that visible. Later on, you can keep it as read only. What is read only? You can see the field, but you cannot modify the field. That's called read only property. For suppose, if you don't want to give access to some profile users to modify the record value, you have to make that read only. Then I can do this way. For suppose if I want to make custom support profile, this guy cannot modify this field. If I'm checking this, he cannot modify this field value, sample field value, only this field value. It's a read only for this person only. I'm removing for all users. Okay, give me a second, guys. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, this is the step 3. In this step, you are going to control field level security, that is visibility settings, as well as read only settings. Okay, I'm clicking on next. In the 4th step, you are going to add this field to the page layout. What is layouts, first of all? So I was talking to you, Rigo, means I didn't chat about that, but anyway, each and every application like Salesforce follows MVC architecture, model view controller part. Okay, coming down to modeling, when you're creating a field, it comes into modeling part. When you're creating an object, it comes into modeling, data modeling. Okay, and coming down to view, what is view? View is the front end user interface. The page layouts is the important, means is the, it will come into view part. Page layouts and VFPage will come into front end, means UI part. Okay, it's called view. And controlling part, okay, like Apex programming and validation rules, workflow rules, business process, all these things will come into controlling part, because you can do some actions, you can do some logical part in that area. Okay, so page layouts are helpful for us to create the front end views. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm adding this field to this layouts. If I'm not adding this field to this layout, means you cannot see this field at all. If I'm removing this, you cannot see this field by this page layout users. Why I'm creating multiple page layouts? Because I want to show the contact screen in different ways for different people. For marketing people, I want to show market Salesforce contact marketing layout. For contact for sales people, I want to show contact sales layout. For support people, I want to show contact support layout. See, for suppose if I don't want to add the sample field to the support users, I can do simple thing. I can select all. I can remove for the support people. Now what happens? The sample field is only visible to marketing, sales, and general people like contact layout who is using contact layout. But support people cannot access this. This type of changes you can do. You can show different options for different people with this option. Yeah, and there are three steps here finally. You can go to previous step again, and I can click on save to save the field and go back to the object. If I click on save a new, it opens one more option for me to create a field. I want to click on save. Currently I am accessing contact layout, means I can see the contact option on my screen. I'm opening the contact record now. First of all, I went to the contact object. Later on I will click on all contacts. These are called views. Okay, these are like views. Okay, Salesforce object views. All contacts means I can see all contacts. If I click on some person, I can see the new field, that is sample, that is here. See, if I click on this, I can see three values or four values, that is sample 1 2 3 4. This is not default value. The default value will only apply for the new contacts what you are creating. I can select some value like this and I can click on save. For suppose I will click on contact object. I will click on new, means you are creating a new contact record. I will create a new record like with Rahma, and I am making this as, see, the sample one is the default value. This is called default value. If I am not changing, sample one will automatically be saved. Otherwise I can even change. General value is none value, but I made the first value as default value. With that it's became default. I can even change back to sample 3 and I can click on save. That works. Now this record is saved in the system. Okay, and I want to discuss about quick access menu today. What is that? This is called quick access menu. This is really useful to navigate to the back end very quickly. This is the front end. Okay, end users will be accessing this page to create contacts, to view contacts like this. But as a developer, if they ask you some changes to do, you have to do quickly by using this. If you want to enable this option, go to your user. I am expanding users. Go to users, open Srinivas. I will click on open Srinivas record. This is called user detail page. You are seeing the details of the user. Okay, user detail page. If I click on edit, it's called as user edit page. User edit page. And if you scroll down, you can see force.com quick access menu. This is checked. That is the reason you can see this type of quick access menu. When I click on view fields in this particular screen, it opens the user object fields. See, I'll do that. Okay, for suppose when I click on view fields on this scenario on the contact object, it opens contact object fields. It's really helpful for system admins to quickly do changes like that. And I will talk about layout also. What is a layout? I talked about that just now. It controls the UI. So if I click on edit layout, there are four layouts. Which layout you are going to open? The layout which is assigned to you will be open now. Okay, because there are four layouts. What layout is assigned to me, I don't know that. I can know that layout by seeing the layout assignment. I can know about that. But if I want to change my layout, I will click on contact object, go to any record, contact record. If I click on edit layout, it will automatically takes to the contact layout which I am using. I am using contact layout only. There are four other layouts, like, see, out of four I'm using contact layout. Okay, and in the contact layout, see, this is the actual layout. If I want to keep the title on the left side, and if I want to keep the department also on at the bottom, and birth date also at the bottom, and phone number at the account number, I'm clicking on. And I can also add some more fields like email opt out, before email. Okay, see, this is the new field which I added. I'm clicking on save. What is quick save and save? Quick save means it will save and keep in the same screen, but the page layout is saved, and you can see the changes very immediately in the other tab. I can show that. Contacts, I will click on this, and I can see the sample 3 field, and also email opt-in, that I'm not seeing it here, but maybe that's a only available on the edit page. Okay, and you can also see the differences. The description field went down and title field came here, like this. See, department also here, title is here, the phone field came after account name. The changes are perfectly affected. Means with the page layout, I can, with drag and drop, I can change the things. Again, when you are creating fields, there are multiple options. I'm going, see, I'm clicking on quick access menu. I will click on view fields. I'm going to the fields. I will click on new. I am trying to create a new email field called secondary email. Okay, see, there are three fields here. I will talk about these fields now. It's these fields are common for, if you see this field, you can use that fields. Some of the fields don't have this option. I can't make unique for pick list values. I can't make external ID for pick list values. I can make required for the pick list value, but I cannot make unique or external ID. External ID fields, you can use it only for text fields, number fields, and email ID fields only. You can't make for big text or pick list values, multi pick list values, like that. And for suppose, what is required? When you are signing up for a Facebook account, they will ask you the email address. That's a required field. If you are not giving that, they won't allow you to create the account. Same way, the required option checkbox also will help you in that scenario, with the similar type of scenarios. If I'm making this required is checked, you have to enter this field value while creating the record. Okay, otherwise it won't save the record. It will show the error on the page saying this field is required. And if I'm selecting the unique values, when you are signing for email account, you should take the unique email address, right, or Twitter ID, like that. You can't take the duplicate email IDs. If you want a similar type of requirement in your project, you can also use this unique field. It won't allow duplicates. For suppose, if you are taking 1 2 3 4 5 is already taken. If you are creating one more record with the same value, it throws exception on the page saying this is already duplicate. And last and final thing, external ID. You can make this external ID when you are trying to integrate with other systems, like that, when you are trying to store the other system ID. For suppose, you are migrating Cbill data into Salesforce. If there is a separate ID in Cbill, if you want to keep that in sync in this system's data, I'm going to store Cbill ID in external ID field, which I created separately for that particular field. I can do that. This When you are making this external ID, the field will be automatically required and automatically unique. Okay, the field should be unique and required. Okay, you can try these options. I want you already have the developer editions. I want you guys to try that. And you know about layouts, you know about how to create fields. I will talk about relationships now, and I will show how to create objects also. I will create relationships and stuff from schema builder. Relationship is also a field. Okay, I will go back. I'm clicking on new. So let's talk about. Give me a second. Yeah, when I'm choosing this relationship field, means you generally if you are choosing checkbox, it creates checkbox. But when you're choosing relationship lookup relationship field, it creates a relationship from one object to another object. It's a link. Okay, there are different type of relationship fields. Then is lookup, master detail, and external relationship field is a new thing which is recently added. You have to add the external data source before doing that. After doing that, you can use external lookup relationship and link to that external data source. Okay, so there is no external objects related in this. That is the reason I don't have option to select that. I can import external objects, and after that I can do that. So again, let's because I don't want to create relationship from contact object to any other object because it's already related to account object. Let's go back to schema builder. Where is the schema builder? First, suppose if I am saying some options to you and if you don't find that, one simple thing is to check here. This is a search bar for setup options. For suppose if you want to know where is schema builder, I know it's here in the inside build, it's here. But if you guys don't know, I want you guys use this CHC. When I'm searching here, it's searching all the setup options. Schema builder is here. Click on this. This is a schema builder. I want you guys to try this a lot. First of all, these are all the objects I have selected on the screen. I am clearing all. Okay. If I want to know the relationship between account, contact, and cases, account, contact, cases. See, so this is the objects which you are seeing. Okay, you know, you can find the relationships between the objects also. From the contact, there is a relationship going to the account object. Okay, means this is a lookup relationship. There are two type of relationship. This is master detail. The red color symbol is called master detail relationship. The blue color are lookup relationships. If you see, there is a relationship going from contact to account, and contact to contact only, that's a lookup, and case to contact, and case to account also lookup, case to case also lookup, and account to account is the master detail relationship. It's called hierarchical relationship also because for suppose if you want to create a parent account and for suppose if there is a Reliance Industries, Reliance Retail, Reliance Oil, Reliance um, Electronics, all these things are different sub companies. In that case, you can create one parent company. Under that, you can create some more accounts with child subsidiaries of that company also. Okay, in that case, you can use that type of accounts. That's called account hierarchy. Now, I will try to show how to create. This is how you can, if you select objects, you're going to select some of the fields required for you to what all you are working on, and you can simply see the relationships, and you can also see the data model. This is called data model. Okay, and you can also create new fields also. How to create a new field? Click on the elements. These are all the elements. Object is also an element. Fields are also elements. These are auto generated value fields, relationship fields, general fields. Okay, for suppose I want to create some Facebook profile for a contact. I'm dragging and dropping URL. Okay, FB profile. I don't want to make this required. The default value I want to give like inside double quotes. I want to give www.facebook.com. Okay, I'm clicking on save. Now this field is saved in the system. Okay, and sometimes it won't be added to the page layout. You have to add it manually. Click on this. Click on view page layouts. I can go to the page layouts. This is one way you can go to the page layouts from the schema builder. What I did, went back onto the contact object, and I clicked on this and I clicked on view layouts. If you click on view object, it will take me to the view contact object page. Okay, and I came to the contact layouts and I clicked on edit, and now I will add the Facebook profile that is here. I will drag and drop and I will paste it on the contact page. Okay, and I will click on save. Without this, you cannot see the Facebook profile on your contact layout. Guys, hold on for a second. Okay. Hey, hi guys. I'm sorry. I got some urgent call. Yeah. So we are at page layout site. So you can see the things what we have done, what all changes what we have done on the layouts. You can see it here directly, right? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. What all you do the changes? You can see it really quickly directly on the page. We did added some field from the schema builder. See, when you are creating a field from the back end, from the contact fields page, you're doing a lot of steps, 4 steps or 5 steps, depends on the fields. But when you're doing it on the schema builder, you're simply dragging and dropping a simple field, and you are simply clicking on a button called save. That's it. With that, you are not adding the field to the page layout, and you are not configuring the field level security also. Okay. Again, you can also control the field level security. There's another option in the security in the administration. You can control for all the fields at any point of time, even though if you forgotten to do some changes or the field level security while creating fields, yes, you can do after that also. That's not a problem. But you are not also adding the fields to the layout. That's what I did. I went to the page layouts and I clicked on edit, and I added the field which is newly added, that is FB profile, onto the page, and I can see that field on the screen now. I'll click on refresh. I hope I didn't save that. Anyway, let's check that. Contact layout, click on edit, FB profile, where is it? Yeah, it's here under fax. Click on save, go back to the contact record. Under fax, it's here, FB profile. Okay. And you have created very simply. Again, it's really easy to create fields from the schema builder, and it's too fast. I recommend that when you're creating bulk fields. Okay, when you're creating single fields, I want you to do that from the contact fields page. Okay. Same way, there are a lot of standard objects. If you expand accounts also, there is a fields. Okay. Fields, all this stuff. Okay, you can create fields here on the leads object, and create leads fields here. If you want to add fields on the lead object, you have to create fields in this link. Okay. Same way, you have page layouts also. You can access page layouts directly. If you expand leads, fields, the other options are also here. I will explain the each and everything. The page layouts are here. I can modify leads page layout from this screen. Same way, I can modify the contact page layouts from this screen, from this link. From this page, I can modify that. Okay. And how to create a new page layout, and what's the best practices. For suppose, when you are creating, if there are 200 fields on your account page or contact page, if you want to create a new contact layout with 170 fields or 180 fields, okay, when you click on new page layout, you can select the blank, and you can create that also. With that, you are creating a blank layout, and you have to add 170 fields or 180 fields manually by dragging and dropping. It's not a best practice. But you can also clone the existing layout. Existing page layout is this, and I can create a clone of the same layout. With that, there are 200 fields in this contact layout, and I will remove 20 fields, and I will make 180 fields in the new layout. Once created, I can modify like anything. Okay, I'm creating a sample layout called sample contact layout. Click on save. It's created, cloned. This is the sample contact layout, and which is cloned completely from contact layout page. And I can do the modifications now. I can remove the FP thing, and I can save it. Now there is only one field difference between these two fields, and I can apply this new contact layout to some users also. How I can check which layout is assigned to which people, to which profile users, obviously to which users also. By clicking on page layout assignment, I can check that. See, when I clicked on page layout assignment, I can see these are the layouts available in the system. See, contact custom marketing profile is using contact marketing layout. Custom sales profile is using contact sales layout. Custom support profile is using contact support layout. And remaining all other people are using contact layout. Even system admin. I am system admin here. System admin is a top profile with more permissions. He can do anything in the system. Some options are still disabled, but I can even do that also. First, suppose I can do one more thing. I want to modify the layout assignment. I will click on edit, and for myself I will change the layout. Select this, select the layout which I want to change to sample contact layout. Now for system admin I am assigning sample contact layout. I will click on save. Now you can see the new changes happened here. See, sample contact layout for system admin. Now go back to the contact page. Now when I refresh this, I don't see Facebook profile because for the custom sample, sorry, contact sample layout, I removed FB profile. That's the reason it's removed. If I click on edit layout now on the contact object, it opens another layout, that is sample contact layout. Earlier I am seeing contact layout, right? Now I am assigned with sample contact layout because I belongs to system admin profile. You know what is page layout assignment now, right? Good. Okay. And let's talk about relationships from and how to do that. Now I am creating a custom object called trainings. Okay, I am dragging and dropping an object from the schema builder to create an object. So what is an object? Okay, technically speaking, if you are an Oracle developer, you generally create object in the backend database by insert table like that with the field properties like that. Okay, and later on you create some more fields. Later on you will insert data into that. But here it's really simple. Drag and drop the object. It creates the object. Each and every object you need to give the label of that. Okay, for suppose training is the label for this object. And what is the plural form of it? Trainings. Okay, why is that? Because I use this plural form, plural label for tab names. For suppose, can you see the tab names like account or contact? No, you see accounts, contacts, opportunities like that. For suppose opportunity is a label and opportunities is a plural form. There is no simple s extension, so system will not add automatically the s symbol directly like that. That is the reason, because there is a lot in English, right? Opportunities is ending with ies, not with s. That is the reason some words have different plural forms, not simply s. Okay, that is the reason you have to mention there. Okay, like stories, if there is a story object, story is the label name. And for the plural form, if you take it, if stories is the plural form of it. Okay, and it's a consonant. And training is the object name. This is the backend name. Okay, training. The API name for this is training underscore underscore c. I'll show that to you. And I want to use Salesforce standard help and training window. I want to even create a new field, standard field, while creating object. When you are creating an object, at least you have to create one field, that is training name. I'm okay with that. I don't want to change it. If you want to change it, I can even use auto number field also. I can only create two type of data types with the object creation. I can only use two type of data types for the field which I am creating with the object creation. I can't use email address field for the system field generated while creating the new object. Okay, why is auto number field? For suppose training have name. For suppose there is an invoice, you don't have name for that. You generally have ID for invoices, that is inv hyphen 00001 like that, 0002 for the next invoice. If you want to implement that type of scenario, you can use auto number field. Here it's okay with text field. And there are some checkboxes here. It's really important. And if you click on allow reports, you are going to create report custom report type, sorry, report type for the training object. It simplifies reporting on this object. If you click on allow activities, it's create a one more child object for this training that will help you to log calls with the trainings, what all happened. You can create tasks, you can do that. Okay, you generally enable this for important objects to which you want to talk. For suppose cases, leads, you can allow activities for that. Okay, track field history. If you want to track some of the important fields on your object, for suppose if you are changing the training cost from $500 to $1,000, it's an important field. I want to track the changes when it is modified and when it's updated, like that. I can do the tracking with track field history. You can see all the updates on the related list of the training record. Make this available for customer portal. Check this. Keep always deployed check, because if it is deployed only you can see this thing for the end users. Otherwise you cannot. If you are keeping this in development, means it's not available for end users to use this object. Okay. And last and finally, the adds notes and attachments. If you check this, you are enabling notes and attachments option so that they can attach files also, images also. Okay, I'm clicking on save. Now the training object is here, and I want to add one more object very fastly, like participants. Sorry, participant is the label, participants is the plural form of it, object name also is participant. Allow reports, click on save. Okay, now this is a participant. Now I'm creating a lookup relationship. It's in dark blue color. Okay, sorry, green dark sky blue color, to training, because this particular relationship is linking participant to training. That's the reason I have to give that training label as training. I can see this particular field on the participant object. I'm linking this participant to a training. That's the reason I'm putting the label for this lookup field as training. And I will select the training object here. See, that's here. Okay, I have to select the parent object here, means you are relating participant object to training object with the training label, training lookup field. Okay, and I'm clicking on save. Now there's a relationship going from training object to participants. So this is a lookup relationship. If I drag and drop master detail relationship, that will be tightly coupled, and there are some more advantages with that. I can do one thing: training participant, and I want to so add one more object called training modules. Okay, training um, training classes, classes. Class is the singular form, classes is the plural form. Okay, I want to use auto number field now. C hyphen C hyphen 60 zip code. I'm starting with 1. Allow reports, allow activities, track field history means most are not required. Sometimes I will disable this too. I will click on save. I can also edit properties at any point of time by clicking on edit properties, and I will even make no, not required now. Okay, yes, that's removed. Okay. And I want to build one more relationship from classes to trainings, because each and every class should be linked with the training. For the reason I want to make this MD relationship going from classes to trainings. I'll put same training linked with trainings object, and class is the relationship name between the relationship name between classes. Class object to the training object is classes. Save it. Okay, now see, the relationship is going from training to class to training and participants to training. And I am going to set up, and I will create a very simple fields in that training cost currency field. I will click on save, and I will also create class name like that, participant. Okay, participant email, and participant phone. Okay, class name. I will put a description field for class topics. Okay, syllabus. Okay, class syllabus is here. Now if I want to find out the classes, see, I can only create roll up summary field on the training object. I know, because there's a relationship, MD relationship going from classes to trainings, and training is the participant. I cannot create a master data relationship on the participant object. It shows, oh my, okay, sorry. Roll up summary field on the participant object. See what happens. Error. I can't even do that here also. And I can't even, I can do that on roll up summary field on the training object. Number of classes. Number of classes is a field name. I want to calculate dynamically the number of classes for this training by summarizing on the classes object. If I am summarizing, I can also use count to count the number of classes for this training. Some minimum maximum is not required but for the scenario, but I want to use count. Some is required to calculate total amount, total time spent, total amount like that, minimum amount, maximum amount like that values. Okay, but in this scenario I want to use count. I want to use all records. If I want to only do this calculation only on some records which meet some criteria, I can use this particular thing. But this type of advanced options I cannot create with the schema builder. After creating this field, go back to the training object field, that is roll up summary field, click on edit, and you can do that scenarios there. Click on save. Now there's roll up summary field on the training object. Okay, again you created this relationship model. Can I create data with this in the as an end user? I will try that before after creating a formula field. I can create formula field only in, yeah, I can create in all the fields, but I want to create on the cost field. I want to calculate taxes. Okay, formula field, tax is 10% or 8.5% like that. I can keep some static tax. Written type currency, and I want to decimal places too. Okay, I can also dynamically insert the fields like this: training cost into 0 point, sorry, 0.085. 8.5% is the tax. That's the reason I am giving 0.085. Or else I can give 8.5 by 100 also. It automatically gives the same value. I can check syntax. So no need to check here, but there's a special key, special button when you're doing this create formula field from the backend object. But I cannot see it here because it's a small screen on the schema builder. I'm clicking on save. That's saved. And now I'm going back to the tab. Where can I access this training tab, participants tab, and classes tab? No, I can't access it. Why? I have not created tabs. I have not created application also. How to do that? I'm going into create. I'm clicking on tabs. First of all, I will create 3 tabs for the custom objects which I have created. That is 3 objects. Okay. Create new. I will select training object and I will select a special tab color for that. Tab styling. I'll create computer for the trainings and I create some description here. Not required. Not, and later on, after selecting the styling and tab, okay, tab style. Second step is to which all profiles this tab should be visible. There are 3 type of tab settings, tab visibility options: default on, default top on, default off, and tab hidden. Default on will make the tab visible on the applications directly on the main tabs. Default off will make that tab visible only if they are clicking on plus sign. Plus sign means all tabs. I'll show that. Okay. And when you're clicking on tab hidden, they cannot see the tab. So currently what happened is apply one tab visibility to all profiles. That is the tab default. If I'm making default off, it all the default off will be applied for all profiles. But I can make default on for all profiles and I will click as this, apply a different tab visibility to each profile. But for contract manager, I'm making default off. For cross-org proxy user, I will make it as tab hidden. Means all the profiles except these 2 users will the properties default on, means they can see it on the main tabs. For contract manager, he can see only on while clicking on plus sign only. Plus sign means all tabs. I'll click on new tab. You can see what happens if you click on all tabs. These are main tabs which you are seeing in the front end as a tabs are main tabs. When you click on all tabs, there are more than 30-40 tabs. All the tabs are available in that all tabs. Okay, see, these are all tabs. Still you are not seeing accounts here, but still you can see that accounts, app launcher, assets, all this stuff here. Okay, default on, default off, tab hidden, you don't see the tab at all in the application for that user. I'm clicking on save. Okay, these are all profile names. And finally, it's on the third step, I want to add this tab to applications. I have to add it. Currently I don't want to add it because these are all standard applications. I want to create a custom application. That's the reason I don't want to add to all these tabs. I'm clicking on save. But now I have not added this tab to any of the application. I will create the application at the end of tab creation. Okay, later on I will create for class also. I'll select some styling for that. Sorry, that's fine. Anything is fine. Default on for all. I'm clicking on next and I will not include in any of these applications. If I'm including in sales, automatically it applies to the sales application. It added the lost tab. As a lost tab, it will be added. I don't want to do that. Also I will do that only for this object. I'll click on save. Now select it as a, I'm selecting sales app. See, now you can see the classes application here, classes tab here. If I click on classes, I can only see one field. Why is that? That's also linked to trainings. Why? Because the class name is also not available because it's auto number. You cannot enter the auto number field. Okay. This is the dummy okay objects. Okay, no need to worry. I can create more fields and I can add it to the page layout to see it on visually. Okay. I'll get one more object, that is participant. Tap for one more object and I will select some box for that. Click on next. Visibility and default on for all people. Click on next. Uncheck and click on save. I created three tabs, three custom object tabs. I can also create web tabs. Web tabs means links to the third party websites like Google search like that. Okay. Or any some other your internal portals. Okay. And visual force tabs are useful to link VF pages to the tabs. You can create a custom VF page and you can link that with a tab and you can add it to the user applications. They can access that VF pages as a tabs. Lightning page tabs, it's also new concept. Okay, you can create lightning pages here from here. And now I want to create an application for this training app. Inside create only there is a apps. Click on that apps and you click on new. Click on custom application. Console apps are different. You can create console apps for service cloud apps like that, service cloud console. But I want to create a custom application. I want to create an application name with training force or training training trainings. Okay, training management or training force, anything you can give. Okay, it's an app name. Trainings, I can put some description also. Click on next and I have to insert an image. For doing an insert, what I have to do, first of all I have to import an image to the documents tab. Where is documents tab? It's when I click on all tabs there is a documents tab. Click on that. I have to import a image. First of all I have to create a folder for our application. Create a new folder with the app name like training app. Okay, make it read only. Make this folder accessible to all users, public folder, and I will click on save. Now there is a training app folder is created. All the assets related to this training app, I will upload the documents here. I will upload the logos here. Okay, training document, that is logo, training app. Make this externally available image and click on choose not. Okay, if you select this option indicate internally available, make this internally available means it's not available for public users. Okay, I will go to pictures and I will pick some very, yeah, I can use this PNG file. I'll click on save. I'm uploading a simple training image here and I will go to the previous tab, click on insert image. So the image should be less than 20 KB. If it is more than 20 KB it won't allow. Okay, I'm selecting the training app folder, so all the assets related to training app you can store in this and I can select this here like that. Now I have the logo here and I can click on next. Because don't worry, sometimes if your size is more than 20 KB it won't allow. You have to reduce the size of the image what you are uploading here before uploading to the documents only, and you have to do that, otherwise it won't show. You cannot select that particular image which is higher, bigger size in this application as application logo. Okay, click on next. And what tabs I want to keep in this application? I want to keep training, classes, participants tabs, and also charter, also charter, people also. Charter is the common tab and people also belongs to the charter only. I want to add at the end. I can make the home tab as the default tab, that's the default landing tab. I can even make it training or classes also or participants also as the default tab. Generally this is the best way to make that home as a default tab. And I can even change the order also by moving this up or down like that. You can click on save. You can see the same order in the application. And again the fifth step is to all profiles I have to make this app visible or default. I want to make visible, I want to give the app access for all people. If I don't want to give access for this people, I can remove that. Means this person, the people belong to this profile users cannot access this application, but I want to give access, else I will remove that also. For suppose I can also make default also for all people. Okay, see if I select this, it's default for all people. Whenever they open this organization, they can see this training tab, training app as the default application. For suppose if I want to make remove this, the current default app is sales app or marketing app, it shows them. But if I am making only for system admin, that is here, the default app for system administrator is only changed to training app. The other people will use the sales app as the default app only. For training manager or LMS learning system manager, I will make this training tab as a default tab. For sales people, I will make sales people as the default tab. For marketing people, will make the marketing app as a default tab. Okay, so you can do that and you'll click on save. Now what is this? There is only one custom application. Why is that? This checkbox is checked. That's what I created today. There is no description for my application. That's the training tab. I have delete option only for the custom application only. The remaining applications, these are standard and I cannot delete them. And I can also see the app now here at the end of it, and I can click on trainings to see the training application with the training tabs, that is home, charter, training, classes, participants and people. I will click on trainings, I'll click on new, I'll click it create as Salesforce, and I'll click on save. The owner is Srinivas. Okay, anyway, the person who is creating the record is Srinivas only. Generally if there are thousands of people in this organization, anyone can create the records, anyone. Okay, that's how all the data will be stored in the same system. And when I click on classes, I'll create a new class and I will link the class to Salesforce. I'll click on save. There is ID C-0001. Click on clone, click on save. There's one more class called C-002. This is automatic number incremented automatically. And when I come to participants, I'll get new participant, Venkat. I'll click on save. See what happened. There is a lookup relationship which is not linking this training to the participant to the training. How to add the lookup field to the layout? Click on this, click on edit layout, because there is a layout for the participant tab also, there is a layout for training tab also, there is a layout for classes tab also, but I haven't modified them because I simply add the fields from the schema builder, which won't add the fields automatically. It only add the important required fields like master detail relationship field because it's a tightly coupled one. The other fields like lookup relationship, cost field are not added to the layout. See the email I am adding, the phone tab I am adding, and also training also I am adding. This is a, the section is two column layout, I'll make it one column. What happens? So, see, this is a one column layout. Okay, now you can see the things in a single column. Earlier it's a two column layout, and I will click on save. Now you can see these things. Click on edit now, and I can link this to the training. By clicking on this, I can link this participant to your training, that is Salesforce. I can click on save. Now Venkat, no email. He is attending the Salesforce training. No phone number. And Srinivas created the record. I'll go to training. Same way, there is no fields which I have created here in the training object. If I want to add that, click on this, edit layout. First time you have to add that. You are admin. You have to customize this. I'm adding the training cost also. I'm adding a name of the number of classes. I'm adding tax also. And I want to add one more field called, first of all, I will click on save. I want to add one more field to the training object called total amount. Total amount is, it's a currency field. Sorry. It's not currency field. It's a formula currency field. Total fee. Return type is currency because I am calculating on currencies, right? What I will do, I'll put cost into 1.085 is the actual total amount. I'll click on save. I'll click on save. There is an error here. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay, I have done a mistake here. I have to select the currency field instead of currency. I selected the checkbox. The decimal is 2. Now this is cost into 1.085 is 1 means the actual cost plus 0.15 is the tax. Click on save. It saves now properly. Now I'll come to the schema builder, click on refresh, and I'll get the new field here, that is total fee, and I will add that also. I'll click on save. See, number of classes is 2. How I am getting this? It automatically calculates the classes dynamically based on the number of classes. For suppose if the cost is $100,000, so what happens? See, $85 is the tax. Total fees is 1085. These are two are formula fields. The auto number field I have created in the classes. For suppose if you want to see the 360-degree view of the records, okay, see training object is there. I want to see the participants here. I want to see the classes also under the same training class. How to do that? I will click on edit layout, and I will click on related list items. What are related lists? Related list is helpful to show the child object records. What are child objects of training? Classes and participants are child objects. I'll click on this. See, I can see the two objects here. Participants is here. I will click on that. I will add it. I added it on the page, and also classes also. Classes I will add on the top. So I click on. I can add notes and attachments also. I can add training history. I can add. That's it. Okay. I will click on save. No, sorry. After that, I have to click on settings here because there's only one field here. I want to add more fields from the class. Create a date also I want to add. I want to add syllabus is a big text field. I don't want to add that. Created by. That's it. Last modified by. I can set the created date, ascending order. These are the buttons which I want to show it. I can show the new button on the related list item. I'll click on OK. So now you can see the values which I selected, and I can see the new button also. Same way I want to add participant details like email, participant created by, created date, last modified date, participant phone number also. Okay, and that's it. I'm click on ascending order of participant name. Okay, now it's done. I want to click on save. Yeah, I'll it'll take to the previous screen only. Salesforce training, cost, tax, total fee, number of classes is 2, number of classes are 2. If I click on new class, save, see, go to the training record, see 3 classes, 3 classes. See, when I'm going to the class record, this is a link to the class. This is a class record. This is the class name. This is the class trainings which is linked. Okay, this is a link. If I click on this, it will take to the trainings record. If I click on this, it will take to the user record. Everything is linked properly. Okay, and number of records will be automatically incremented. For suppose if there are 40 classes for this training, it's dynamically created. You generally see only up to 10 classes here. Okay, if there are more classes, it will show the page nation here. Next, next, next. Or if I click on that more records, it opens a separate page for the classes belongs to this training. Okay, you can see the related list items like this. Also, no attachments, one participant. I can add new participant like this. When you are creating a participant from the training record, it automatically links to the training. But when I'm creating a participant from the participant object, I have to select a training. See, there can be thousands of trainings, right, in the system. But when I'm creating the participants from the training object, when I'm clicking on new participant, it automatically links the Salesforce training here. Got it? So you guys know, I think from the to our current class, you know how to create tabs, you know how to create apps, you know how to create layouts, you know how to modify layouts, you know how to modify related list items, how to add related list to the page layout. Okay, and I can't add in the participants tab. I can't add class details because it's not related to classes. I can only add related list classes and participants to the training tab only because these two objects are child objects of training object. You know what's the relationship between training to classes? It's one to many. One training to multiple classes, one training to multiple participants. That's one to many. When I'm building relationship from classes to trainings, it's many to one. It happens from child object to parent object, it's many to one. From parent object to child object, it's one to many. From this also, from training to participants, one to many. Okay, you know. And the advantage you found this is classes are related with master detailed relationship. With that, I am able to create roll up summary fields like this. But I cannot create roll up summary fields on the participant object because it's loosely coupled, and even the relationship name also I added in the page layout. Otherwise, you cannot see the relationship directly on the participants object. But in classes scenario, it's automatically added the relationship also because it's a tightly coupled one. You got it? uh, that's it, guys. Do you guys have any questions on this current class? If I'm fast, you can block me at any point of time. Okay, and I want you guys to practice the similar examples in your organization also. And Srinivas, you can also try some other example like this. Okay, you can create a number of objects. There's no okay. You can there's no issues. You can get one more application on your own. Once you're done with this development, yes, we'll start with some more examples. Okay, you try this similar app, simple app like this in your. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I will share these recordings. Okay. Okay. And one more thing I want to discuss about the training schedule. There are three trainings happening. Okay, if you are free, if you are like free completely, or you can join any all the three classes also. Morning 11 a.m. Central Time class, evening 8 p.m. Central Time class, and 10 o'clock Central Time also. There's one more class. I think it's too late for you guys at the time, but if you are free, yes, you can join that. If you want to join, you can join that. The 10 p.m. CST class is generally I'm doing it for PST time zone people. That's also classes starting from starting. Okay, it's you both batches are in same schedule. But 8 p.m. Central Time class is currently at development stage. Yes, you are open to join that class also. The same meeting ID you can join with the same meeting ID. Okay, so you know about Apex that examples and stuff, but sometimes you might not uh, get some points, but in future you will understand that. If you are free, you are open to join all the classes. I'm going to send out some mail regarding the timings in Eastern time if you want. Or so in Eastern time the timings are 12 p.m., 9 p.m., and 11 p.m. These three are classes. Sorry, first 12 noon, one class, the afternoon class, and 9 p.m. in the evening, one class for development. We already done with 20 classes. That's the reason we are in development. And the last thing is 11 p.m. class. It's in Eastern time. The current class, that 11 p.m. class is too late because I am running out a class for at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so you are open to join all the classes. I will use the same meeting ID because if I share multiple meeting IDs, you will be confused a lot. That's the reason. Even I change your meeting ID from the old meeting ID to the general meeting ID. Okay, thanks guys. Closing this current call. Bye.